Hey, what's up, online community? And thanks for stopping by and checking out another segment of Straight No Chaser, where we talk sports and culture for fans, oftentimes with the fans. Now, the last couple of weeks, we've been really gaining some really good momentum because we're seeing a shift in a number of different things as it relates to social issues taking place across the country. And why not continue to have that conversation, have that dialogue? And joining me today is none other than Joshua Short. He's a member of the media. He is an anchor, a news anchor, a reporter. He's got roots here in the Chicagoland area, but now he works in Northwest Indiana. So, Straight No Chaser audience, I'd like to present to you Joshua Short. And also, I have to admit, I'm a little bit biased because Joshua was a family member, and I've seen this young man grow and evolve, both as an individual, but also a member of the media. So, Joshua, welcome to Straight No Chaser. For those fans out there that are familiar with Straight No Chaser, before we get into it, grab your favorite libation, shot, cocktail, coffee. We're about to get into a Straight No Chaser. Salud.
Salud. I can't tell you what's in this, by the way.
You know what? Those who tell don't know, and those who know better not tell.
So, well said. Well said. Hey, and let's be transparent too. You're my older cousin, so it makes sense. This is
facts.
We've been wanting to do this for a long time, haven't we?
Yeah. It's interesting because this has been a year in the making. You know, you were a member of the media here in Chicago, and you moved to Indiana, and you built the following not only the mainstream media but also on social media. And I would chime in with little comments as I would follow and support you in your endeavors. But what I started to realize was that I started to develop a small subculture or sub-following within your following. So, you know, the man next to the man. So
it's funny because you would comment some mornings. I'll do a Facebook Live before I actually get on, during parts of the show, and Stan will pop up and he'll say some things, and then all of a sudden, people would ask him, "Hey, do you have a story?" And he would randomly say, "Hey, there are pictures. There's this story. There's that," and people flocked to that. And so it became, for about 3 weeks straight, people would say randomly, "So where's Stan?" So you got Stan on my page tonight. So there you go.
Yeah, it's funny. Sometimes I would be on, but I wouldn't say anything. I guess it's a little self-serving, but I'd say, I'd see, hey, where's Stan? Or people would ask for story, and I started to build, relationships with people that I'd never met, but just have conversations with them and have dialogue with them from another part. I mean, we're still here in the Midwest, but they're in another state, and being able to develop a relationship, even if it's online, being able to have some of those conversations. So, yeah, this has been a long time in the making. So,
that's awesome.
Josh, I know we've got people viewing both here in Chicago, Indiana. We also have people from across the country that follow Straight No Chaser. Can you just talk a little bit about kind of your evolution from Chicago to where you are now and your role in the media before we start to dive into some of the topics of conversation for tonight?
That's a great question. So for me, for those of you who don't know, and I think he just kind of did a good job of putting it all in one, but from Chicago, born in Hampton, Virginia, but raised in Chicago. And while in Chicago, my junior year in high school, I knew I wanted to be some type of storyteller. I just didn't know what. I didn't know if I wanted to write. I didn't know if I wanted to do speeches. Eventually, I realized, I got this knack for sports. It changed from sports to news while in college. And so I had a few internships and worked at a few outlets in Chicago back home. And for me, that's when I realized I don't know if and you've probably seen this too, because he's a few years older than I am, my cousin is. So I don't know if the last 10 years, things have moved like at a frenetic pace. Like if you look between 2010 and 2020,
yes,
it seems like our world has did a full 360 and then a half turn.
Yes.
And being a part of the media, being able to tell those stories, whether it's political, cultural, or anything else in between, local, it seems like this year alone has been life-changing for so many people. But the last 10 years, to be interested in the media and then starting to get into the media and now a member of the media, it's somewhat surreal because it seems like every day has been a month. Every day it's like, oh, wow, are we still in April? Are we still in August? It becomes blinding. And so to be a member of the media, it's interesting. And then this year, you have COVID-19. And then you had, you're talking about sports, right? You talk about Kobe Bryant, and that happened right before this pandemic took place. And so it was like a double whammy in that regard. And then it just kept escalating and compounding into this cultural issues, and then race issues, and then political issues. And then somebody reminded me, and I forgot, this is a presidential year. We got to vote come November.
I mean, here's the thing: the way 2020 is going, everything's on the table. You know, I'm waiting for the Wicked Witch of the East or the West or wherever to release the flying monkeys. I mean, that's the way 2020 is going right now. I mean, everything is on the table.
It's crazy. So to be able to like be in the media and to tell those stories and also have a little bit of freedom to say, hey, okay, I am a Black man in the media, and this is a time more than ever to tell people, you know, this is what you've been missing. And this is why this is so important. This is why we're talking about, you know, George Floyd for 5, 6, 7 straight weeks. Those are the questions we'll get. So it's been humbling, but also enlightening for me. And I've only been in media, just over 3 years now.
Yeah. Well, you know what?